Hi, everybody. How's the day today? What you been doing? Uh, oh, hi, man. No, we're watching stuff until someone comes on. Oh, Robo Priest. That'd be a good idea for a movie. Revenge of the Robo Priest. Hurricane. Not Brad Kane. Brad Kane? Brad Kane. Brad Kane. Brad Kane. Oh, Brad Kane. Brad Kane. Brad Kane. Hi there, Lee Claude. Join us. Join me. Lee Claude. Lee Claude. Yeah, we'll see some. Yeah, give me a good idea. We'll watch some. Some. Oh, good morning. Hi, Mark. Hi, Big Bad Mama. Watch some Big Bad. The Crazy in the. Oh, he's here. Lee Claude. Hi, Lee
Hello.
Claude. How are
Hello.
you?
I'm good, thank you. Oh dear.
How you been? Been good?
Yeah. So, yeah, bit of a
That's
cough.
good.
Bit of a cough, you know.
Oh,
Mm.
I hope you feel better.
I feel
Oh,
good. It's
Lee
just coughing
Claude.
a bit. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Uh, Lee Claude, uh, do you saw last night's show? It was a great show. It was a crazy show. It had on PGs. It was
Was
crazy.
it the PG show or was it your show?
Yeah. I had a show too with Murder
Yes,
Pie.
and then yeah,
But on the
right. I remember.
PGs had a show about idols,
Ah, yes.
and it was crazy. They talk about evolution as child abuse on there.
Well, it's certainly not child abuse, and if we want to talk about child abuse, not paying child support is the worst, one of the worst forms, not the worst, but one of the worst forms of child abuse. Not taking
Well,
responsibility for your own children is pretty low thing to do. So people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones.
sure.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, it was crazy last night, and yeah, and I had the one guy that came on here. What's his name? A round table guy. I didn't recognize him at first because he changed his name.
Oh, well, that would no wonder if he changes his name, he's hard to recognize. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, he was named the Lion's Dilemma. Now he's changed to Round Table. Yeah,
Oh,
he, uh, yeah, he came on here when he was on here. You're in the comments.
yeah, someone kept going on, and I wanted to know who it was because I wasn't sure if I'd heard him before or not. I get confused.
One is Azel talking to a Round Table guy.
Yeah.
He was Lyndon when he was a lion. He was a debate thing between. He went on here when Achilles was debating people to talk.
Ah.
he like was on his side and helping him debate and stuff. Yeah. And on here, I think they were talking about Ron Wyatt.
Ah, yes, yes. Well, they'd believe anything, some of those people. It was quite funny because wasn't there a debate once where Achilles didn't turn up and everybody was worried because they thought he'd fallen off the earth, you know?
Yeah.
There's a bit of that.
Oh, he
Um,
is.
it's,
Yeah. Right.
it's quite funny because they talk about, oh, there was, people can worship people too much and follow what they do instead of God. And then Krista was talking about that too. And then she said the word drowned, just like Kent. So clearly she follows Kent because, drowned and drowning isn't a word. So, but when they
Oh.
both say it, you know that they've been, one is following the other's lead.
Oh, they're having a show tonight. Called Lion's Den, taking another bite off the
Oh,
world.
great. Yeah. Um, didn't they do the one on peace, another peace talk thing? And then, but
Yeah.
Achilles got very cross and angry during the debate on peace. Oh dear.
Yeah. Hi, Big Bad Mama.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, but your avatar's gone again.
Good.
How's your day? Do you saw last night's show on their show?
I'm not sure. Maybe a little of it. I'm not sure. What was it about? Oh,
Yeah. Do you think is it true
yeah.
that
Claude,
Claude
did you
is?
see those comments?
Okay. Do you see those, Claude?
Did you see those comments that Dan wrote?
No, what were they? Just for let me know
This
what
was
they
in
were.
this was in the chat.
Oh no, were they good comments or bad
No.
comments or
Do you
no?
want me to read them? They're bad.
Yes, yeah, they're good. I mean,
Okay.
yes, please read them.
Hi, Claude. Got booted from Proverbs teen. Pervs can't help themselves. And then he wrote, Claude cannot help himself, but had to have inappropriate relations with teen boys.
Really?
That's just reprehensible.
Oh, it's just disgusting.
And all you'd written
uh,
was something about, um,
I said, be careful. Yeah, something like that. Protect
it
yourself
wasn't,
when you're on. Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. No, I was very sensible advice I had given. Yeah.
well, yeah. And
Yeah.
so he didn't write that on the Proverbs teen show. He wrote that on
No,
yesterday's stream.
of course
Yeah,
not. He's a loser, and
right.
and he is very. I'm not going to use the word deviant because we have a friend that uses that word in her avatar, but he is. He definitely has a number of disconnections in his own life, and I don't know what he gets up to on some of his trips, and that makes me even more suspicious of him. Saying just ludicrous and stupid things like that. But I'm not going to even get upset about it. It's just so
No, don't get
ridiculous.
upset about it. But
No,
just to
it's
go
so
to that
ridiculous.
level, it
Oh,
shows
yeah,
who he
well,
is.
well, it does show who he is, and I'm not going to be so kind as I have been to him in future. I've given him the benefit of the doubt. Over mail order wives, it's other people like Dustin who've said that. And I've sort of been very careful not to make those sort of accusations, but I'm not going to hold back in the future. And trafficking of he's hooked on this trafficking business, and he doesn't seem too worried about the trafficking of wives. I find the whole thing so hypocritical, but If he wants to get in a battle of wits with me, I tell you what, he's going to lose, and lose badly.
Right. I mean, he just can't help but put his foot in his mouth, no matter what he does.
No, no. From lying about it all started. I could tolerate the fool until the Dawkins incident. That's what really proved the mettle of the person, and he just fails to reach any standard on any level. But he is a buffoon to be laughed at, so I suppose it provides some modicum of use. And when God was handing out various qualities, he gave Dan the quality of being an idiot, and I suppose it's one of those things. All God's creatures, if you believe in God, of course.
Yeah, I was at that one show where they were, the peace talks, where Achilles was saying something like, well, sometimes we need to yell at people and call them names in order to let them know we love them. Or, there was some statement like that.
Oh, yes.
We abuse them because we love them.
Yeah. And in one of his things he was talking about, he gave a near perfect definition of Hovind. He wouldn't have realized it, but yeah, that's what he did.
So you got my message that Hovind's losing subs.
Yes, I did. So is that what happens if you buy subs? Then they take them off you by...
I don't see any other way to explain it. I mean, why would they systematically take away a sub every 10 minutes or whatever?
Yeah.
I mean, they took 200 one day, they took 200 the next day, or 100 the next day.
The other thing
took like 300 away in 2 or 3 days.
Occasionally there are some quite insightful comments from possibly people who have subbed, and when they get taken off the sub, when Hovind deletes the comments because he doesn't like them or they disagree with him, then those people possibly unsub as well.
But this just seems so
many,
and kind of like by some sort of a time clock.
Wow.
I mean, you can graph it. It's graphed out basically.
It's funny how they're such Hovind, for a man with a doctorate on a buy 3 get 1 free scheme, isn't intelligent enough to work out that if you've been caught buying subs once, you don't do it again.
Right.
Yeah, he lacks that.
I mean, he's got 2 other channels probably to turn to if something happens. So it's not like if he loses his channel, he'll just move to the next one, which you're not supposed to do, but
he's full of bravado. He's going to have a TV station. Well, that's been cancelled because it hadn't worked out that it was costing him $6,000 because some other sucker paid for it. I mean, he just... So all the bravado, and I'm going to get off YouTube. Well, he relies on YouTube. It's by far his biggest viewing numbers come from YouTube.
He makes it seem like it's just another social media, but no, it's the one that he needs. I don't know what that TV show was about.
Yeah, a TV show?
And Ghost, let me make one point real quick. So, Mark makes the point that Dan projected exactly what he accused Ryan of onto Claude.
Yeah.
The language was exactly the same.
Yeah.
Which is trying to get him off the hook for the language that he used and then make a slight on you at the same time.
Yes, with no evidence whatsoever. No evidence whatsoever because it never took place. But that is the wankery of Dan.
Yeah. Ghost, go ahead. Did you got something?
Oh, They're having a show tonight.
Oh. About what?
Uh, Lions Den take another bite of this world.
Oh.
What do you think of
I
that?
think they should respell Lion's Den from Lion to LYIN''S, the Lion's Den,
Right.
because that's what it is.
Oh, wow, that was crazy. But yeah, that was crazy. Last night was crazy too. Uh, oh, the Peaches are having a show on Saturday. I thought they. Oh, sorry. But yeah,
It's
it
the
was.
Sabbath, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that guy Roundtable was on. He was that guy called Lions Dilemma. He was on here yesterday. You saw that, Big Bad Mama?
Oh, was that Lion's Dilemma? Okay.
Yeah. I didn't recognize him at first because he changed his name, but
What's his
that's
name
why
now?
Roundtable. Something.
Round Table. Okay.
Yeah, he was on here talking to Azel and stuff, and I forgot what they
Hmm.
got into. They got all kinds of stuff. I think he said something like one of those those chariot wheels.
Ron Wyatt's Chariot Wheels.
Are on. Yeah, that they were talking about him a lot.
Oh, and of course that guy believes Ron Wyatt, I'm sure.
I think so. Yeah, he said he was on what's it called? Like on delay in a museum. I mean,
They're what? On display in a museum?
yeah, he said.
The Chariot
Yeah,
Wheels. Where
I
is that?
remember that. I asked that question, and he couldn't remember the name of the museum.
Right. Give me a
It's
break.
I'll
bullshit.
be right back.
Yeah. So he was talking bullshit, of course. Oh. Can you hear me, Big Bad Mama?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yes. When you meant to, everything I say, you meant to say right on, Claude, right on.
Yeah. No, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
I just woke up.
Yeah. So, yeah, I thought that was funny because I did ask the question in the comment when I heard, oh, they're in a museum. I said, well, I know someone who found the original burning bush, and that. Yeah.
That guy first showed up, I remember, when I was talking to Achilles about the Grand Canyon. And I think that was the first time I ever ran into that Lion's Dilemma guy. And I don't even know that I talked to him that much, maybe after Achilles left, but he's a Hovendite.
Oh dear. There's some people are very, very hooked into anything that Kent says. Yeah. And I can't understand how they still are after all the examples of his total lack of empathy over a child drowning, and he just handled that appallingly.
Right.
And that they
I just
still
posted
love
a
him.
short about that today.
I think I've just made a comment on it too. Sometimes I
Thank you.
tend to comment on most of your clips. Sometimes they don't show up unless you click newest first. Have you seen that little glitch in YouTube?
Oh,
Yeah.
that is a weird glitch. Yeah. That used to
Yeah,
happen to
so
me on the Hogan show.
it'll say you've got 2 comments. You go on, you look at it, there's no comments. Then you click newest first, and there's 2 comments. Crazy. Could be a witch behind it.
I see your comment though.
Yeah. Oh, good. Did you have to click newest first, or did it just come up?
No, it came up.
And you've got to be careful. Certain words you use, sometimes it doesn't show up at all.
That's true. Yeah. Well,
But if you use the word apple, sorry,
Asshole, did you say? Oh,
no apple.
right.
Don't use the word Mary on the PG show.
Oh, really? That's they have a set, do they?
That's a bad word on
And
in their chat.
Kentor doesn't work. That's set preset too to ban, to stop getting
Right.
through. They don't like anything with their hero.
Do you seen Soot's video of Ken?
The one about his throat?
No, about
Oh,
him
yeah.
losing
Yeah.
subs.
Do you want to play? Is it a video or a community post, Logan?
Oh, it's a video thing. Oh, look what Mark said.
Oh, now who's he?
Round table guy.
Oh,
Dilemma.
he's a Calvinist. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hovind wouldn't like that. Do you want to play Soot's? You want to play Soot's video? I think it's pretty short.
Soot.
Smeared by Soot.
Smeared by Soot. But somewhere. What do you think is going on with Ken? Do you think it's all Claude's fault?
Bound to be a warlock. It's transmitted devil.
He'll blame the atheists, of course, for his own stupidity on the matter.
How you spell that smut with Soot?
SMEARED. And then with SOOT.
Oh.
Did it come up?
There it is. Yeah, I found it.
Gangster Ghost is like the librarian of all our group, but he has references to all the materials. It's very good.
Oh, thank you.
What's the game here? Counts dropping fast, my dear. All my subs with my cash. Now they vanish in a flash.
Oh.
It's them jealous folks I see. Nasty atheists aim at me. Got my theories, got my fame. Ain't no fault, it's all their blame. Subscribers gone where they go. Numbers plummet, don't you know? Work so hard to make it mine. Now my star refuses to shine. Every day I check the count. Downward spiral makes me shout. Gonna find the ones to blame. I hold mine. Look at them with jealous eyes. Nasty atheists spreading lies. Once my channel soared so high, now it's grounded to the sky. Subscribers gone where they go. Numbers plummet, no. Work so hard to make it mine. Now my star refuses to shine. Look at them with jealous eyes. Nasty atheists spreading lies. Once my channel soared so high, now it's grounded. Subscribers gone where they go.
Look at Ken.
Oh, we think that Lee Claude.
Yes, well, it has a good point behind it, doesn't it? So,
Wow.
Good
But the funny
tune.
thing is, why you know that those subscribers aren't real is that when, you know, Big Bad Mum or yourself or I look at our subscribers and we get proportionally way more people looking at our stuff than Kent does, you know. So, you know, each of his videos gets what, a couple of thousand of views, but he's got
At most.
30,000 subscribers. It's rubbish. It doesn't work.
Well, and he used to have 220,000 subscribers
Yes,
and would get the same amount of views.
yeah. So now there's something funny there in the world of statistics, and Kent taught maths, so he should know that. 15 years teaching people math.
He taught a lot of subjects in that 15 years.
Well as being an expert at other things, you know, karate, judo, you know, what else? Chess, tennis, you name it. He was the better.
Dating.
Lifeguarding. He was better than anyone else. Climbing stairs, the whole works. Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Don't leave us.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Who's we think of female. Oh, that guy Round Table. He's a great table. Is he Knights of the Round Table?
Or King Arthur, perhaps. Yeah. Tell me, have they had on Proverbs Guy? Have they had that singer come back yet? The one.
Oh,
What was his name?
Jason. It's a different guy from the other night. Jason's the best buddies of Dan. I think he's probably going to come back.
So who was the singer that I put a clip of? Who was that?
That's the buddy of Dan.
Jason, the buddy
Yeah.
of Dan. Have they known each other a long time or something, or is it just?
I'm not sure. I think so. Yeah.
Yes, because
He's
that
been
was all
confused
right.
with the other Jason who was on the other night on the Peace Talk. That's a different guy.
I see. Yeah, so I get confused.
Yeah, they're a different guy. Yeah, it was crazy that night. You know what? Steven said evolution's child abuse. He said it's kind of like versus child thing. It was crazy.
Well, yeah, I mean it's just ridiculous.
This is the face you make when he first
Teaching the scientific theory is not child abuse. Not paying child support is child abuse. Having an unnatural relationship with a minor is child abuse. That was one of their panel members, you know. So, they know what child abuse really is, and they're trying to dismiss that and you somehow a complete non sequitur attack evolution. It's just silly. It doesn't make sense. Even a kindergarten child could work that out.
Yeah. This is the face you make when they said that.
Ah.
I think it was Hazel or Big Bad Mama gave me that one.
I gave you that one.
What is what is the background of Azho? Is the name meant to sound like something else or not?
Yes.
Yeah, good. I hoped so. Azho is quite nice to me in the comments, you know, so I enjoy him or her.
I hope Christian wasn't upset I made that photo of him.
I think Christian has a sense of humor. You know.
Do you remember when you made that face, Logan?
I don't remember.
He was talking about he'd read Richard Dawkins because Richard Dawkins was kind of appealed to the masses and wrote to the masses. And then he found a copy of Darwin's Origin of Species, and he started to read that, and he discovered that it was more technical, and he made that face, toward the camera.
I say, Logan and Big Bad Mama, wasn't it brilliant, the debate the other day where, what's the guy's name, just tore strips off Hovind on the 6
Grayson?
stages of evolution.
Grayson,
So
yeah.
Grayson, he did a very good job. And of
Mhm.
course, if you look at it on Kent's channel, or you look at it on Standing for Truth, and the comments in favour of Grayson get censored out. Occasionally there's some good shots in there, but they then go. So they have to go onto Grayson's channel or another channel that does a review of it to get there. And those other channels get far more views than Standing for Truth or Hovind. So they're doing themselves a disservice by being biased towards Kent. It's just a crazy
Yeah,
thing
well,
to
I
do.
mean, don't censor comments, even if they're not against your guy. I mean, you're just
Yeah.
shooting yourself in the foot, ultimately.
Yes,
This is the face you made.
my rule is unless it's defamatory or swearing, I leave them there. But if they're going to do a what's his name, a lumpen, then and swear, then they would get cut off. I don't have mindless swearing.
Yeah, you know what they say? Don't be a sad Lupin. Be a happy Lupin. See?
I don't know why I call him Lumpkin. I think it's because on the Simpsons there was a character called Lurleen Lumpkin. And it sounds a bit like Lupin to me.
Oh.
She was a country and western singer. Yeah, Lurleen Lumpkin.
Oh.
So on that show of Grayson, did you see when Kent was bringing up the law as he used, and no court of law, and Grayson said something, and you've lost every case you've been
Right.
involved in. Oh,
Yeah,
that shut him
that
up.
was good.
That took the wind out of his sails. But I tell you what, nobody, and he probably goes a bit far, is Ian Chen when he gets stuck in.
Mhm.
Oh, that guy goes crazy. Ian Chen guy? Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't hold back.
No, and he gets it in so quickly. Nobody sees it coming, so they can't turn his microphone off.
The great Lee Claude. Would you ever debate Stephen over Kent's taxes?
Yes, I would over that, but that's the only thing. I find him profoundly dishonest. Yeah, no.
And I think, didn't he accept that challenge?
Yeah, he's been lying to me over where he, saying he still lives in DAL, and I just don't believe that at all. So, yeah, I find it very hard to debate someone who doesn't have some sort of basis of truth, and honesty and integrity. And I'm sorry, but Stephen seems to be sadly lacking.
Did you see Aiden on the Peaches the other night?
Yeah.
No, what happened there?
Oh, Ghost, you have a video on that, don't you?
Yeah, I have a clip of it. I
You
also
want
have
to
a
show
I
it,
saw that. Yes,
or is it too
it's
inflammatory?
quite short, that one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So tell me what was being said. That would be.
They were talking to Josh.
All
And
right.
Josh was upset that they blocked him in the chat, and then they claimed to have unblocked everybody, but he was saying he was still blocked. And then Aiden was on the panel, but he hadn't said anything up to this point.
Unblock. Thank you for unblocking me.
Finally, you're welcome, and I'm glad you're here, man. That's you're here.
Yeah,
Proverbs Guys
somebody's got to
Ministries is a
tell you
piece
you're
of shit, and
biblically
it
wrong.
deserves exactly the fate that it's received.
Yep.
That was it.
Who did he
Did you hear
call a
that,
piece
Claude?
of shit? Who did he call a piece of shit?
Proverbs Guys Ministries.
All right, yeah. I must admit, I don't find Joshua the easiest person to have a discussion with either, I'll have to say. They get the interminable drag on and on and on about, you know, the size of the head of a pin and that sort of just, and it goes on and on and on. I think I did join in at some stage to say that on one of the shows, and they didn't appreciate Claude for saying that they were boring. Funny that.
Oh, yeah, it was great. Last night, yeah, that was all crazy. Like that day was great. Now they're gonna have another show. It's crazy. I see tonight at uh 6 p.m.
Mm.
Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. Did you see any of those other shows that night, Big Bad Mama?
Of the PGs?
Yeah.
Maybe bits and pieces of a couple of them. I think I was in the chat of one or two.
Oh. Yeah, it was all crazy.
Oh yeah,
Like,
because they put my comments up. So I was whatever. Maybe it was the Designer Dan show.
Award-winning designer. Thank
Yep.
you very much.
Right.
the great
Award.
Dan Posse. They call him the Pause Father.
That's pretty good, guys. I quite like that.
That's not from me. That was from Azel. He
All
wants
right.
can't take credit.
The pause.
Great Dan Posse.
That gives me pause for thought.
Ooh.
You got some nice people in the chat there, Ghost. You got Phantom, you got Nerdy, you got Frank Flowers.
Who's
I
Frank
don't
Fowler?
see. I don't know if he's gone by something in the past, but he's been commenting lately. He makes good comments.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, last night was crazy. They, Steve's is child abuse, either by Hal P word. Yeah,
Mm.
child. You know the corn. Put the
So,
P.
Yeah.
what would he say having an unnatural relationship with a minor is? Is that child abuse, Stephen? Mm-hmm.
He's trying to deflect from that whole
Yeah.
event by saying that stuff.
Yeah, and is not
So,
paying is $2
it
million in
doesn't.
the hole over your child support payments. Is that child abuse? I'd call that child abuse too.
Well, that definitely is.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great. But Steven, he's a crazy guy. It was weird when he was talking. Then his wife talking. I said, "Where's wife coming from?" It was coming from him.
Oh yeah. What were they talking? I don't even remember what they were talking
He's a crazy
about.
guy. Yeah, I said Claude is your idol. You get a statue of Claude and you bow down to it and and then you kiss the statue's feet of Claude. Says the
Only its feet. Oh well, that's okay.
Is that true?
No,
No,
of course
it's not true.
That only happens with Missing Mod. I'm not joking.
Actually, talking idols, Kent Hovind is their idol. It's so obvious. So obvious.
Right. When you say he's the second most important Christian in the world, next to Jesus, I would say you've made him an idol.
And they make excuses for everything he does. They won't condemn anything, any aspect.
And they're always talking about narcissism too.
Yes,
And
that's
they go through these points and it's like, yes, that describes you. That describes you. I mean, they're just describing themselves every time.
yeah. And Kent.
And can't, yeah.
What aboutism? What about that?
I'm not sure.
Oh no. What's
Well,
this?
there's whataboutism, and then there's layaboutism, and Claudio or whatever his name is. He's a perfect example of layaboutism. Who's that? Lupin, yes.
Oh, yeah, he's just lazy.
Layabout Lupin. Giving instructions to everybody else on how to live their lives.
Right.
And arguing about scientific matters that he has no idea of. I mean, it was funny the other night too when Hovind was whacking off, what's his name, Neil deGrasse
Neil,
Tyson.
yeah.
Neil is a science popularizer, but he is also a scientist in his own right. And to somehow think that Hovind knows more, has a better grasp of methodology than Mr. deGrasse Tyson, it's delusional.
Any of those guys that Kent covers is just a joke. It's like, well, where's your, he thinks that a YouTube video is going to debunk these guys. And it's like, well, where's your evidence, Kent? Where's your scientific paper debunking them? Exactly, Logan.
That's why Grayson just did so well. Oh, and it's his last ever. He's not going to go back and repeat the same thing over and over again. So
no, it was good he brought up the cult stuff, and because as he said, he's already handled all the scientific topics pretty much with Kent.
And you notice Kent towards the end when he's cornered, he suddenly gets tired or he has to go to something else.
Right. I've been at it for 2 hours. I actually work here.
Yeah, he didn't disappoint us. He came up with the same thing again. So his memory must be getting forgetful that he's used that one on just about every other occasion. It sort of begins to wear thin, doesn't it?
Yeah. I still have some arguments I want to go on his
oh yeah, no, we enjoy that.
I think
open mic.
There's one guy on there, Crybaby. He got some weird hat.
What?
Yeah, this guy Crybaby had a hat on. And he always liked to pull up.
Oh.
Yeah. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. That guy's trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, he got some gangs.
I'm always very nice to Kent. I don't want to get off the topic because I just think his science stinks.
Would you ever like to debate him one-on-one?
Maybe.
Mano.
It's possible.
Sitting down for truth.
Yeah, it's possible.
It's the cousin version of standing for truth, but they sit down a lot.
Oh, this is sitting for truth?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you ever sit down for truth? Or dance for truth?
I'd like to debate Hovind on Dustin's channel. I think that would be interesting.
Oh. They could call Dustin for truth. He just Dusty. Oh, is Kent still on his fourth wife?
Yeah,
or is
still on his fourth wife, Simon.
But there are a lot of people lining up to be the fifth, including some guys that regularly comment. They're so far up and it's unbelievable. I often put that in as a comment. Oh, you're lining up to be the fifth Mrs. Hovind,
Oh, it's Big Bang Mama's favorite child. Oh, I didn't know that. That's your child?
That's my baby, yeah.
Oh, do you hug the babies?
He's a good kid.
But why does he like to throw up gang signs a lot with his hat?
I don't know.
Yeah, he just has some type of act.
That's just how he is.
Yeah. Yeah, it was awesome last night. It was crazy. And uh, are you're mad at Dan again?
Uh, I don't know if mad is the word. I don't go around being mad at him. I just think he's pathetic.
Yeah, that's a good way of saying it. It's mad is it would imply that he's got something worth saying that we react to,
right?
Really angry about it, but we don't. He's just a fool. He's a fool for the Lord, and he would put people off, especially youth. They're not going to listen to a raving lunatic like that. So I get a certain amount of amusement, but I'm a bit sad that just in case he does influence the odd person, but anybody he influences is probably someone who's exactly like him, so maybe there's not too much chance of that.
Dan is not that charismatic that people are going to flock to him and listen to his. Hovind sounds like Richard Dawkins compared with Dan.
What do you think of this?
What is going on there? Is that hell?
Yeah, I guess I found it on Facebook.
That's a cool picture.
Do you think what if this turned out to be what a place looked like?
That's the Proverbs guys right there in the front of the photo. They ended up in the wrong place.
What about
right there? And the first three guys there on the right, that's the devil. Yeah, those guys. That's Dan, Stephen, and Achilles.
What about Lee Claude? Where's he?
He's in heaven.
Oh, okay, that's good. What about Aiden?
He's an angel.
Oh, okay. What about Lupin?
He's down. He's down there.
Oh, what about Mark Twain?
Mark Twain.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Okay. What about
He was a good guy.
John Wayne?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
What about
John Wayne was kind of a racist. He made he was in some really good movies, though. I have to give him that. But
heavens his way.
He was in some great movies.
He's a gangster. What about this guy?
That looks like a real picture. Who is that?
This guy I found it was a weird. Oh, I don't know what happened. It was on my old channel before. I don't even remember where I got it. It was a weird video.
It's a demon, but he's wearing like a Templar knight outfit or something from the 16th century or the Knights of Malta or something.
What about this guy? Is he there?
I don't know who that guy is.
He seemed very creepy.
That's funny. That guy looks like the guy in Dirty Harry.
Is he very dirty?
Scorpio.
What about this guy?
I think that's the same guy.
Oh, what about this guy?
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, you're right, Frank. That was probably his worst role, was playing Genghis Khan in The Conqueror.
What about this guy?
Oh,
this guy. What aboutism? What about Wood? What about James White?
Who?
Dr. James White.
Oh, I still don't know who that guy is.
He's a big time what's it called? A scholar.
Is he a preacher?
Yeah, but he's a
Bible
scholar.
scholar?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I tell you what, I do have a recurring nightmare. Do you know what it is?
What?
I wake up in heaven, okay, and I look around, and then bother me, Kent Hovind is right next to me, and he's tapping God on the shoulder, tap, 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 you know, like the annoying little shit he'd be. Oh, tap, tap, tap. Oh, look, God, look, there's Claude. He said this, he did that. You know, like the class telltale. Do you have that word, telltale?
Tattletale.
Tattletale, yeah. And that's my recurring nightmare, that Kent is there. Oh, God, look at me. You know, and when people get cast into the lake of fire, there's Kent laughing and doing a little dance with Dan. You know, so
That's right.
Kent could be
Edward.
Kent would be the lifeguard at the lake of fire. He would do just as well as he did at DAL.
Right. Jeez. Edward Woodward, was he the in the Wicker
Helen.
Man, Nerdy Rodent? Did you ever see the movie The Wicker Man, Claude?
No.
You'd love that movie.
Some of the original, but I've seen more of the remake. With
The remake with Nicolas Cage was not that great, but the original one with Christopher Lee and I think it was Edward Woodward. Maybe somebody can correct me, but
was it
a
Edward
classic.
Scissorhands?
No, it was not. I knew you were going to say that.
We think of this guy. This is
the hyper preterism debate. I can't read that.
Iron Sharpened
On Iron Sharpened Iron. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the Equalizer. Yeah, right, Nerdy.
Yeah. James White. He's one of the guys that signed that Sanjik against preterism.
Oh, okay. Mark was talking about that.
Him and this guy. That guy. Jeff Durpin. That's crazy because I don't know.
Well, some of these guys used to be preterists, from what Mark was saying, and now they signed a pact against preterism, which I don't know what even that's supposed to do, really.
Hyper preterism. How hyper is this preterism?
Oh, Mark, are you a hyper preterist?
I think
there's also partial preterists.
Yeah, I think that might be what the Orthodox are. Partial.
Oh, okay.
But Mark, I think, is hyper preterist because he's very hyper. Right, Mark? Yeah. See?
So can you have a part Proverbs guy too? I think that's most of them now, isn't it? It's funny how they talk about peace talks at the very time when they're losing their hosts.
They're trying to get more people to come over and host the shows, I think.
Yeah. So part Proverbs guy. A peeny weeny Proverbs guy.
Would you host a show over there, Claude?
Yeah, I'd love to. But there would be no censorship. So I don't think they're going to agree to it.
What if you host a show, Big Bad Mama?
Yeah, I'll host a show.
What about this guy, James White? They like James White, but they don't agree with his Calvinism.
Okay.
Yeah. Calvinist? Would you still be a Calvinist?
I don't even really know what a Calvinist is. Are they predestination?
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't God know where everybody's going to go in the future? So why wouldn't it be predestination?
You see, the finer point is that God might know, but does God choose? You know, so that's what all gets controversial.
Oh, just what Mark said. It's just how the
Oh.
institution church beat up on.
I see.
Oh.
Okay.
Jeez. Oh. Yeah, look at James Y. He marries a lady named Carol Black, and have they got married to become the Greys.
Very good.
Iron. We can only
Iron. We can only what?
So you're saying he
what do you
looks
think of
like
this
that guy that was in the
James
Ark
Y?
video of the Proverbs guys? A little bit.
Yeah. What if they're
That was Dr. Biddle.
brothers from another planet? Have you heard of him before?
I looked him up, though. He's got psychology degrees, yet he's discussing geology and all these other science topics, which is always a red flag. Creationists always trot out PhDs that have PhDs in different sciences than the ones they're actually discussing. And he was one of them. He has a psychology PhD.
From Patriot Bible University, perhaps?
It was legit. I think it was a legit psychology degree, but it was not a geology degree. It was a psychology degree.
Oh. Let's see what this guy says about.
I'm offering you the opportunity of a life.
He got on me of you, Claude. The penguin.
to make 5 points in regards to the question of hyperpreterism and whether we should consider it as heresy or not.
Oh,
so I've gotten a lot of comments from people who would hold what they would call a full preterist view in regards to prophecy in the New Testament.
What do you think of that? They always like to call
that
that
guy looks like the
heresy.
warden in Shawshank Redemption.
Oh yeah, what if he is?
Do you remember who I'm talking about, Logan?
Yeah, I forgot his
Warden,
name.
Yeah, I forget his name too.
But the second guy in charge, he was from Pet Sematary 2. Part 2. This guy also reminds me of the Claude. Are you the Claude? Are you Claude?
I am the Claude, yes. But there is only one.
Yeah. Oh. But Claude, would you ever go on the Proper Guys show to debate them?
On certain topics, yes.
When the last time you've been on the show?
I don't know that I've got to speak, but I've made some comments. I can never be sure whether I'm blocked or not.
I mean, when you actually been on their live video?
That's not been for a long time, I think.
I was on their 24-hour show.
I remember. Oh. I do remember. Here's the first time Achilles came on there. You went on there. You were on there first, and then when he was talking, you ended up making that noise.
Somebody passed wind. Yeah.
That was crazy. He was just like, "What was that? What was that?" He was just so funny too. Yeah. What I say? Why do you think they like to say preterism is hairy seas? Oh, hairy.
I have no idea. Well, they want the end of the world to be happening, and so they don't want something to say that Jesus already came back and the prophecies were already fulfilled, and they want to make themselves seem like they're in a special time and that they themselves are special. It's their egos, basically. They want to appear like they're special people in a particular time where all this is going to go down. And the preterists burst their bubble And they don't like that. That's the way I interpreted it.
Who do you think they like least, preterists or Calvinists?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, aren't some
Oh,
preterists Calvinists or?
okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. I can't answer that. They all think they're. I mean, some people think that all Catholics are Satanists and Orthodox and.
Oh. What if someone was a Calvinist, preterist, Orthodox
Oh,
Catholic?
they're in trouble. Thank you, Mark. Mark says I'm spot on there.
Oh. But are any videos you like to watch, little guy?
You could play my latest short about Hovind,
Okay.
if you don't mind.
Okay. Which God, yeah.
It would be the last short.
Which one is?
So if you go to, yeah, that's it, right on the left there under shorts. You were just on it. Go down. What's the title?
Hovind
No,
wet
no,
his
no.
pants?
Go down. Scroll. Oh, there, right. Shorts. There. See the shorts. The one on the very left there. Down. Right by Matt Powell's head there, to the left. Yeah.
Oh, right here.
Hovind wets his pants.
I remember I was lifeguard for 2 summers at the Salvation Army camp in north of Peoria, Illinois. They have this camp there. I hired for the summer to be lifeguard. I ended up getting lifeguard training and then water safety instructor, so I could train lifeguards to be lifeguards. And this one kid did a nice flip off the diving board, and he's out there splashing around in the water, having and he comes up to the top, splashing, smiling. He did a good flip.
Do you think that was Lupin?
Can you turn it up a little bit? That was not Lupin. Can you start it over though, Ghost, so we can hear it a little bit better?
Many people believe that rocks are our first ancestors.
Not that one.
It is real, and that is what Darwinian evolution.
That's okay.
Sorry, I'd start that over.
There you go.
I remember I was lifeguard for 2 summers at the Salvation Army camp in north of Peoria, Illinois. They have this camp there. I hired for the summer to be lifeguard. I ended up getting lifeguard training and then water safety instructor, so I could train lifeguards to be lifeguards. And this one kid did a nice flip off the diving board, and he's out there splashing around in the water, having and he comes up to the top, splashing, smiling. He did a good flip, and went back down. He came up again. I said, "Sammy, get out of there. The next kid wants to go." He smiled and went back down. One of the kids said, "Is that Sammy? He can't swim. What's he doing in the deep end?" One child, 7 years old, was with his family in our lake in 3 feet of water. Hyperactive kid came up under the dock, hit his head, apparently knocked himself out. Nobody saw it. I was up here a quarter mile away at the camp. His dad and mom are right there. It was an accident. 400 people die every year in state parks and public pools, drowning. I remember I was lifeguard for 2 summers at the Salvation Army camp in north of Peoria, Illinois. They have this camp there.
Many people believe that rocks are our.
What about this?
You can play that one if you want, real quick.
Okay.
First answer, and that is what Darwinian evolution asserts. Kent Hovind is not a liar. His claim that evolution teaches that life descended from a rock is a very correct claim. It's founded upon evidence. You could even type in on Google, "You owe your life to rock." It'll bring up a paper called "You Owe Your Life to Rock." In this paper as well, it says that rocks and minerals must have played key roles in virtually every phase of life's emergence. Evolution and Darwinism does assert, whether they want to believe it or not, that life came from rocks, that life was eroded from granite, that life was eroded from granite, that life was eroded from granite. Many people believe that rocks are.
Okay, let me make a comment about that. So the article that he's referencing says that single-celled organisms used metals that were eroded from granite in order to make the evolutionary jump to multicellular organisms. It does not say that life came from rock. So he's totally misrepresenting the article that he's talking about there.
What about the rock?
As usual, he's dishonest.
What if it's the Rock? Oh, sorry.
Dwayne Johnson?
Yeah.
My buddy met at The Rock before.
Oh. His dad was a wrestler and his grandfather was a wrestler.
Oh, yeah. Rocky Johnson or his
Yep.
dad? Yeah.
Was like Chief Maivia.
Oh, okay.
That's where he got his first name, Rocky Maivia. Yeah.
Right.
But the Claude. But yeah, it
Matt
was.
Powell's a idiot.
Yep. He's a Matt Powell. Matt the Powell. But yeah, it was crazy. Would you ever go on a live show with Harvard guys?
Maybe.
What if
I'm not
they have
sure.
it where you could debate them?
Nah, I don't know. It would have to depend. I'd have a discussion with them. I'm not going to have a debate.
Tell me, a Big Bad Mama, was the Claude too mean when he put up a clip of that singing on Proverbs, guys?
It was pretty bad. I don't blame you. I mean, it was awful.
In fact, he never got the note once. I don't think.
I mean, that guy's never going to see the video, so who's the harm really to,
Yeah, right. Yeah. We're not going to watch it, but yeah, it
was about as flat and atonal as you could get.
It was worse than Kent, which is saying something. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Far worse. Yeah. So, and then the words were so funny. When you listen to the words made it worse. I mean, he got the words right.
Hank Grace or what? No, it was Hank Williams, wasn't it? I've Seen the Light.
I think it was, yeah.
Saw the Light.
Yeah, it was. But when you listen to the words,
Lord, I saw the light. Was it that one?
I think it was, and with Jesus in my life or something. But it was just awful. It was so awful. I loved it.
Yeah. The more awful, the better. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, I talked to that guy.
Sandra was on Kent's. Oh, did you?
Yeah. That guy you talked about. Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Yeah, he seems.
Oh yes, nice. We weren't commenting on the fact he's a nice guy, just a dreadful singer.
But no one can be good as you as a singer.
Oh no, myself and Big Bad Mama. We're going to do the Big Bad Mama band, Skittle Band. Yeah.
Skiffle, yeah.
Skiffle, yeah. So,
yeah. Well, what are you going to say about...
I was going to say Sandra was on Hoven's show the other day. They gave their Thanksgiving testimonies.
Oh. Did you?
No. I'm trying to... Oh, there was that Rex guy was on. I didn't recognize the other guy. Sandra talked about all the Thanksgiving dinners they were attending. I didn't know Sandra was from New England. That was news to me.
Yeah, she's been around a bit because she's from Florida too, isn't she?
Right.
Or is that just where she's lived? Yeah.
Maybe she moved as a child from New England to Florida, because I seem to recall that she'd been going to church in Florida for a long time, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yes, because Kent checked out with the pastor before, he checked, can I do anything with Sandra? And the pastor said, yeah, I can't think of anyone better. and then the husband.
Then he went to the mom. Oh no, he went to the husband.
The husband came up and he said, "Yeah, you take her away." Yes, it was a series of unbelievable stories.
Oh, I would have loved to have been there when he was talking to the ex-husband.
Yeah. I wonder if he got a donation towards the ministry too.
Yeah, who knows?
Noah's Ark has come to a bit of a halt apparently until some people put their hands in their pockets for more construction.
Yeah, I don't know how far along they said it was. They better finish it though before the rains start up.
Well, yeah, because I got myself confused with the scale of it, As you know, Big Bad Mama, about the math.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm right about the math or not, but
yeah.
So maybe we'll ask the chat.
Yeah, so it's a third scale. So it's a third as long, and third as wide, and third as tall as the real ark. That's the measurements, supposedly.
So I
Kent
said
then
that it
said
was.
So yeah,
Kent said it was
big.
27 times. So it would be
The real
volume. One. Yeah, the volume would be 1/3 times 1/3 times 1/3,
right.
which would be 1/27th of the volume of Ken Ham's.
Yeah, but that makes the real ark huge, if it was true.
Well, Ken Ham's ark is huge.
Yes. Yeah, his is a bigger one. He's got a bigger one than Kent's. That's for sure.
I don't think his
but
is going to have
they're both as useless.
Oh, Nerdy's trying. Let's see, Nerdy. Nerdy, I'm confused by that answer. 0 times 1/3 equals 0. No, I know what he's saying. He's saying it's never going to get built, which was my math checks out. Okay, Phantom, thank you.
Oh, Big Bad Mama. Did you say you're gonna have your own? Gonna go do your own live show?
Yes, but I'm not quite ready, and I don't. And Deviant is going to accompany me, so I have to schedule it with her.
When is that?
So we'll get back. We'll get back to you. I don't know.
Oh, God.
I started to watch the video of the ARC video, and it's pretty. I mean, there's a lot there to comment on because it is so wrong. So, yeah, give me a little bit of time. And their second one might even come out by that point. But yeah, Deviant wants to do the show with me. So it's going to be you, Deviant, and I, Logan.
Okay.
Oh. Logo's got it figured out.
What's happened to Mod at the moment? Is she having a hiatus?
She's taking a break, yeah. I don't think she's deleted her channel. I think she just privated everything. She needed a break, I think, for the holiday.
Right. Oh, so it's a holiday there.
She's doing good.
It's a holiday in the States at the moment, is it?
It's Thanksgiving weekend.
Oh, right.
So when you work in the States, you get off Thursday and Friday. And then you get off, of course, Saturday and Sunday. Most people are off. So it's a 4-day weekend. So it's really busy. Everybody's traveling because usually if it's a holiday, it's just 1 day off. But on Thanksgiving, you get 2 days off because it's always on Thursday.
So they go and see family and stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, and so there'll be no work on the ark. They'll be able to have longer showers.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's part of the
The
Thanksgiving.
deal. Yeah.
1 extra minute.
Maybe they should save water and shower with a friend.
Yeah, that's true, nerdy. There was
But
no
it's-
real arc, so it was 0 by 1/3. 0 times 1/3. Christian Carpenter's working today, unfortunately.
Is Christian Carpenter and Christian Pike the same, or are they different?
They're different.
Different, okay.
Christian Carpenter's been around a long time.
I get so confused with the different names.
Yeah. Oh, retail or Amazon people are working, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, because Black Friday, do you know about that, Claude?
Yes.
That's the shopping day when all the deals are on.
And if you're lucky, you get a bargain, and if you're not lucky, you pay more.
Right.
People are a bit stupid when it comes to these sorts of things. Occasionally you get a deal, but not very often. Maybe it means you're just paying the correct price.
Speedy Romans, good to see you. Yeah, and everybody watches football on this weekend too. College and pro football's going on right now. Which I don't follow any sports anymore. I used to watch a little basketball, and I played baseball when I was a kid.
Oh, idol worship?
It's football. Yeah, football probably is considered idol worship. Yeah, I think Proverbs guy talked about football, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, Cyber Mondays. Is that a real thing? I guess so.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that's online shopping as opposed to going to a store.
Yeah.
Well, I know that Kent and Sandra have been visiting family, because that's why we've had different people running the shows for a while. Oh, I thought it was quite funny on the Grayson debate. Kent got a bit shitty with his sound guy,
Right.
pay attention. So I think Kent is operating on a short fuse at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, all he has to do is say, "Please remove the slide," or "Please get the slide up," or something like that. I mean,
no, he got a bit cranky, Kent.
well, they had that the guy that replaces Kent. What's his name? Nick.
Yes, Nick Haberkamp or something. Yeah.
He had a whole bunch of people on at once the other day.
Yeah.
Did you see that? So Grayson was on there. I think AJ was on there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure if AJ was on there, but there were other people on there.
Yeah. Kent phoned in.
Yeah, Kent phoned in. He couldn't help himself.
Yeah.
He heard about, Grayson was like totally debunking, creationism, and Kent just had to come on and say it was lines on paper. That was his whole goal of coming on.
Oh my goodness.
I'm probably going to get going pretty soon.
Yeah. Where's Dan these days? Why hasn't Dan come on for a bit of a...
He did that
talking about fools.
I haven't seen him today. He hasn't been in the chat today, though, has he, Logan?
No.
I am going to go for a walk, though.
Yes,
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Good to see you guys.
see you, Big Bad Mama.
Bye,
Good to see you
Claude.
too.
Bye, Logan. Bye, everybody in the
Bye.
chat.
Thank you for joining. Uh-oh. But what about you, Claude? How
I've
you
been
been?
okay, yeah. But this,
Would you ever debate
well,
Achilles?
there's nothing to debate. The Earth is a globe. It's not flat, so no, I wouldn't bother.
What if you debate the evil Claude?
Well, a debate with myself,
Yeah.
with my
The
twin.
evil version of yourself. For when selves or have beards. Like, I will show you. There. Just Brother Pike's evil self. Because he got a beard.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, is that crazy, man?
It's very crazy.
Yeah. Do you think, yeah, tonight they're having another show tonight. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, I've got some of the shows have been so long, I've sort of lost track. It's just 3 hours. It's a long time.
Yeah, after that, they're going to do show, the second with the Moses, the third with the teens, fourth with the Epic of Gilgamesh. What do you think of that?
Well, it'll be interesting to see if the shows actually happen, because some of them I've gone to look at and nothing's happened.
Oh, you serious?
Yeah. The show will start, everybody's waiting and it doesn't happen.
Oh.
Gets a bit frustrating.
Yeah, 100 Days, it kind of tricked you. I thought this one show was coming up and it didn't. Instead, a different show came up. Is that crazy?
Crazy or what? Yeah.
They tricked you.
Well, I'm going to go back to sleep. It's very early in the morning here. So I will say good night. I might watch a bit of the chat and see you next time. Thank you for having a show. Very good. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye. Bye, everybody.